Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Choice Factor. I'm Sara B, and we are the podcast for charter school and school choice, education, and anything you'd like to know that's going on in the charter school space. We are here with our second episode, and today with me, I have of Discovery Charter School, Toni Shellady. Welcome, Toni.
Hi, Sarah. It's wonderful to be here today. Thanks for having me.
We are happy to have you. I know that the Charter Success Partners team does work with your school, and we have several team members that work with your school. But one thing that I've noticed when I've been able to be at your school is you have a unique program, a fun program. But I know taking a break is also important too. So with the beginning of July, how has your summer been so far?
Oh, that's a great question. So, July is actually probably my busiest time of the year. The students and most of the staff leave for summer, but then it is just me, a small group of us, and we are working hard all summer long to get ready for the upcoming year. So it's a great time to get stuff done.
It really is. The kids, they're having fun in their backyard, at the park, relaxing, doing their thing. And I think that gives time and space for admin like yourself and teachers to take a breath, but then really focus on some things you might not be able to get done during the school year, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Are you going anywhere fun besides that, or are you really just staying?
We have a few small trips planned. I have a couple of young kids. So we are going to do a trip to the beach, of course.
Of course.
And then spend a lot of time at the pool. And then my kids also love fishing. So they'll be going fishing quite a bit this summer as well.
They'll be going family fishing trips. I feel like I went on a couple of those when I was little, and it was always fun when I actually caught something.
Oh, yeah. My kids get very excited when they catch something.
Absolutely. So we mentioned that you were with Discovery Charter School that's in Bahama, North Carolina, serving grades 6 through 12. Tell us a little bit about Discovery, like maybe your elevator pitch or how Discovery came to be, what you specialize in for people who may not know about Discovery.
Sure. So I have the honor and privilege of being Discovery's director, but also the founder of Discovery Charter School. So we are getting ready to enter our 7th year. We started out with just grades 6 and 7,
but grade levels, okay.
But have been adding grade levels so that this upcoming year will be our first year as a 6-12 school. We do have a STEAM focus, so you may be familiar with STEM, science, tech, engineering, and mathematics, but we love the arts at Discovery Charter School, so we are a STEAM school and make sure we incorporate the arts into the STEM subjects as well.
I've always loved the idea of STEM, but then when I heard of STEAM for the first time, I thought, oh, great, arts, because I've loved science when I was little. I've always loved technology, but arts is something I felt like I always just did all the time, even just playing as a young child. But something that really resonated with me is being in like the theater arts, specifically in the back end, the behind the scenes work when I was in middle school and high school. So yeah, so I love the concept of STEAM schools. And I feel like there are several STEAM schools, but the way Discovery does STEAM is so different, I feel, than maybe your typical STEAM school that I've either worked with. There's a very much a flair, I feel like, that you and your staff bring to it.
So, look, life is hard, school is hard, work is hard. It's my philosophy that, we should make things fun where we can. So Discovery, I think, does a great job of incorporating fun, making coming to work for our staff, school for our students enjoyable. And a couple ways we do that, we have passion learning time. So we incorporate a lot of student voice and choice into what we do at Discovery. We also have teacher voice and choice.
That's important too, yeah.
That gets people excited about coming to work and coming to school. So with passion learning time, that's something we offer our middle school students. We call it PLT. So for PLT, it's basically a time in the week. We do it a couple of times a week where students in grades 6 through 8 can come together across grade levels over shared interests.
So this isn't just, we're going to send a group of 6th graders to say like music. This is across grade levels.
This is across grade levels, 6, 7, 8. They come together based on their interests and they choose where they want to go. And the teachers choose what they want to do as well, what PLTs they want to lead. So there's teacher voice and choice and there's student voice and choice. It becomes a really fun time where kids can work together. There's like no tests, no grades in PLT, which is just, again, one of the ways we make learning fun.
So it really speaks to that passion of the PLT, the passion learning time. What I think's interesting is you say staff can also choose. And I feel like when you're thinking about passion learning time, passions and, the interests that they have, but I imagine that your staff and your students must make really close connections because, oh, you like this too, but your staff must also really align with some of the students and find, oh, like, me and this student connect on this that maybe I don't normally see every day. Right?
Correct. Exactly.
That's really, really nice. That's innovative.
And just to give you some of the examples of the PLTs that we have competitive PLTs like robotics, first leg of league robotics, but we also have fun outdoor activities. We have gardening. That's been really exciting for both the staff and the students.
Especially in the springtime when things are
in
really
the springtime.
nice.
That's right. We do outdoor explorations. We had a staff member who's really into being outside, and he wanted to build forts, and the kids wanted to learn how to build forts. So they actually can do that during the PLT. We've got, arts-based PLTs like visual arts, and then, of course, performing arts-related PLTs, but then also things like jewelry making and nail art. That was something a group of students wanted to do, and we found a staff member who was really interested in that as well, and she led that for them. And then other PLTs are athletic-based or tech-based. So we have, for example, another fun one's interior design that's virtual.
Oh.
So the kids can actually create spaces in a virtual environment and then walk through those environments in a VR headset. So it's really fun. Experience for the kids.
What I think is really interesting about this too, that even though they're not getting a grade in a lot of the courses you just mentioned, you're really hitting STEAM. You're hitting everything in STEAM, even with passion learning time. Having interior design and that creative side, but also having the tech side attached to that, that's a really unique way to integrate the two. And I really do appreciate the fact that you can have different grade levels coming together. I think that's something that some educators may feel, oh my goodness, like I have to, that's a lot I have to watch. But how are the kids reacting to, hey, I can maybe make a friend that's in a different grade level than me? How does that work?
Oh, they love it. Whenever you've got people, adults or children, who are sharing an interest and they're passionate about it,
yes.
And they're very excited about it, the collaboration, the communication with other people really comes naturally. And
awesome.
Some of those, we have, again, sixth graders mixing with eighth graders, and there may be a level of intimidation at first, but that quickly goes away because, again, they're in an environment that's very inclusive and supportive and encouraging of their individual interest.
And really building, it has to do a lot for building school culture for your school, I'd imagine, too. It's not only, hey, you're getting a child excited to come to school, but and they're able to really be engaged in something. But I imagine this has to create a really cool space, just within the school culture, the vibe that your school must feel. Thinking, hey, I can find someone anywhere that will have something in common with me.
Exactly. So traditionally, schools can be very academically focused,
Sure.
and it's not to say Discovery is not academically focused. Obviously, we are, but there are other skills that aren't taught in a science, math, or English or social studies class, such as the soft skills like people skills, working together, collaboration, communication, and this PLT time and other opportunities we have like this. For example, we have clubs in the high school. It's just a great time for them to be able to learn those skill sets that are a little bit different than what you might find
Sure.
in traditional schools.
What other things? Is that like the main hallmark of Discovery, and like that's the thing that you all do? You do PLT. Everything else is typical. Is there anything else that you all have that's maybe atypical from what your typical charter school is implementing?
I think so. A couple of things that come to mind right off the bat are we do music videos.
A music video.
videos, yep. And we have Fridays. We have interesting schedule on Fridays, which I can talk about as well. But we'll talk about the music video
Yeah,
first.
absolutely. I know that's something really big. I've seen it, kind of on your website, and this, from what I understand, this is like there's a lot of kids in some of these music videos. So tell me a little bit, how did that idea even come to be?
That's a great question. So Discovery opened in 2019, the year COVID hit. And in the fall of 2019, again, it was our first year open. I love to dance, and I was trying to think of a way to get kids dancing and encouraging, more of the arts focus of our STEAM education plan. And the dance teacher at that time and we got together and we decided to do essentially a line dance. It was to the Get Up Challenge by Blanco Brown.
Yes.
So it was very popular at that time. And we just pulled a bunch of students who were interested. Again, if they didn't want to do it, they didn't have to do it because we do have a lot of student voice and choice. And then we pulled some staff who were interested, and we made a video of us doing the Get Up Challenge in 2019. And we have done something even during COVID every year since then. So even during COVID,
That's awesome.
we did it outside. It was just a few kids because it was right at the height of COVID. We did it. We wore a mask in that video, but it was like a mashup of TikTok dances that the kids could easily learn from home because we were at home at that time. And then we moved to a new campus in 2021, and we've had a very structured, exciting kind of big project music video every year since then. But, you know, a lot of schools have musicals. Musicals are great. We have musicals as well. But that's a big production, and it's live, and it, you know, lasts an hour to 2 hours, something like that. And then it's done.
It's gone, right?
It's gone. So we do film ours so our kids and parents can continue to see that. However, you know, for me, video editing is really important as a STEAM school. So we do have like digital arts class. Our kids do learn video editing skills. So I thought it would be really fun to have something kind of short and edited that could capture a lot of what a musical captures, but be not be live, you know, be a production of sorts that also showcased, you know, our kids' talents, their singing, dancing, performing talents, and was just a lot of fun. Our staff actually participates in music videos as well.
That's awesome to, I think, have the staff aspect, you know, the staff element, have them involved. It's not just the kids. Now, when you say you have students involved in the music video, is this also similar to PLT in that it's across all grade levels?
Good question. So some of our PLTs actually feed into the music video. So we've got like a singing and dancing PLT, and they know if they sign up for PLT in the fall, they're going to be part of the music video. Yeah,
that's great.
So it's across all middle school grade levels, and we do incorporate some high school students. It's a little harder at the high school level just because they have different schedule. You know, or they're obviously trying to meet like graduation requirements. But we do try to pull in a few high school students where we can, and you know, are continuing to do more and more of that each year as we grow our program.
So yeah, I mean, do you have like high schoolers involved in like leading roles? Are they dancing? Are they singing?
So this past year, we actually took the kids to a skate park in downtown Durham. Yeah, it was really fun.
Interesting because I mean, so you're not just doing this on campus; you are taking them out and about to do these music videos.
It's a great experience for them.
Skate park.
A skate park. We went roller skating as well. But we have some really talented skateboarders in our high school and a very talented break dancer as well. And so we brought them in to be part of some special scenes that we filmed off campus.
And that is awesome because that's a skill that, or you know, a talent that they may not otherwise really be able to showcase, but they had the opportunity to do that with this too at school, nonetheless.
At school,
that's awesome.
It's hard to believe some of the things that we do at school because they're so fun, but it's great experiences for the kids.
And so you said you do the music video. So we have passion learning time, we have the music video, but then there's this special Friday day.
Sure, yeah, we have incentivized remote learning or IRL Fridays. So and like half day Fridays
IRL
as well.
In real life, if anyone did not know, so that's a play on. I love that.
So our Fridays are half days, which are great because our staff are able to do professional developments and staff and meetings and department meetings in the afternoons.
Yes.
Some Fridays, the other Fridays, the staff actually can go work remotely or go home early.
Wow.
So we have incentivized like work afternoons for them as well. But for students, you know, students who meet certain criteria regarding like their, you know, all their work turned in, you know, benchmark testing, things like that, they will get the opportunity to work remotely on Fridays if they want to. They don't have to. And then the other students get really focused attention with the teachers, which is really awesome for them to be able to get that added support.
And I think that's really great too. And I can think of too some of your, you know, maybe super rock star students who are like, I know the answer, I know it, I know it. They and this is me speaking as a previous educator, sometimes they dominate the conversations in these classrooms, and it's hard to get everyone's voice or those kids who maybe need the support but really want to fade into the background and, you know, say, I'll let someone else handle it, you know, it's easy for them to be overlooked sometimes. So I think in that regard, you'll have that opportunity to say, hey, let's take some of this time, really hone in on to build some of these skills.
And they get all the attention. And the kids who are home, they have a set list of work they're supposed to be doing. So they get that work done remotely. And, you know, we live in a world where a lot of our work can be remote. And so at Discovery, we try to align as closely with the real world as possible. So this is a really great opportunity for students to learn that time management and organization skills that help them to manage their time if they're working remotely on a Friday. Because, you know, they'll grow up and likely have some remote work opportunities.
Yeah, and it absolutely need to have that accountability. I think even in the office space too, just having that okay, I'm by myself. I need to own this task.
Right.
That's a really great skill. So not only is it an incentivized in a way of, ooh, I get to work from, I get to do school from home, but it's really, it has a different objective too, to say, hey, we're going to teach you these skills and you might not even know it. And then the staff having that opportunity to either get the PD that they maybe need, want, or connect with others, but then also have, hey, I'm going to also work remotely. That's a really nice aspect. I've never heard of another school doing that. That is really innovative.
Everyone loves flexible Friday afternoon. That's what I've learned, right?
Friday.
And so I always tell our staff, it's like, just give me these Fridays to do our meetings and PD, and then you can have these other Fridays to do what you need to do. And it's great incentive and good motivator for them too to do what they need to get to do.
That's awesome. That's like I said, that's really innovative, and that's, I think, really trying to think of the word. I just feel like that is recognizing your teachers to say, hey, I understand you're a professional. Sometimes our teachers need that support that we want to always give our kids. And, we do that for students, but I think stepping back and saying, hey, let's do this for our staff and try to give our staff some of what they need. It's so important. And I think, it's easy to forget that because we're all worried about it's about the kids. It's about the kids. It's sometimes easy to forget maybe what the staff need to.
It's really important to have work-life balance. And I think Discovery does a great job of that for our students and also for our staff by giving some flexibility where we can, giving opportunities to, work in a different environment instead of at the school if that's where someone works best. But also take care of their mental health. Mental health matters a lot. And at Discovery, we're really fortunate to have 4 counselors for just over 500 kids.
Four for over across 500 kids. That's amazing.
We're really excited about that. I've worked at a school before that had 1 counselor for 500 kids. So to have 4 is fantastic. But that just helps to take care of the kids, obviously, mental health needs. And when the kids are in a better place mentally, it makes the job of the staff easier as well.
It 100% does. You are so right. Especially with all the different hats that staff members, wear, even if they're inside, like in the classroom with the kids or in other support roles and admin positions like yourself, people have so many different duties, so many different roles they play at a school, which will bring us to the end of our podcast. But first, we are going to play Recess and in alignment with our staff members, dedicated to them, we are going to play Duties as Assigned. All right, Toni. So we're gonna play a game. Duties as assigned, and we have we're gonna have 3 teacher duties that you can assign, and you're perfect. You're an admin, so you're used to probably assigning out some of these like hallway duty things like that. And then we are gonna have 3 celebrities, and you get to decide. Oh, I would assign each duty to one of these celebrities.
Okay.
So three duties and 3 celebrities. So the duties are lunch duty, curriculum creation, so this will be like your curriculum lead, and a school spokesperson.
Got it. Okay.
And your celebrities, so you get to, once again, assign 1 to each of these. Zendaya, Chris Hemsworth, and Rihanna.
Got it.
So which one would you assign to lunch duty? Zendaya, Chris, or Rihanna?
Oh, Chris Hemsworth is getting lunch duty for sure.
And why?
I feel like the kids would really respond well to Chris.
Probably.
As Thor.
He'd keep things in order. Yes, I mean, I'm thinking about that too. He could maybe bring the hammer in one day.
That's right.
Very
well-run lunch.
Yes, very well-run lunch. And then, okay, curriculum creation. Who would be your curriculum person, Rihanna or Zendaya?
Well, they are both very creative.
They are.
I think I'm going to give curriculum creation to Rihanna.
Rihanna, and why?
I think she'd think outside the box. I think she would bring a high level of artistic perspective and really create curriculum that students got very excited about.
And I've been to one of her concerts before too, and it was very outside the box. But she also, I feel like, has such a mature look on things sometimes. I think that she could really make some powerful stuff. I could see that. So that leaves your school spokesperson as
Zendaya.
So why would you pick her as your spokesperson?
Zendaya is incredibly poised. I think that she would be a fantastic spokesperson because of how poised she is.
I think that would be great. And I think your students would respond well to her too and would love her as like the face of the school.
Absolutely. Look, one of our music videos, tying back to that, one of our music videos was to This Is Me from The Greatest Showman, and Zendaya is in that movie. And I went with the kids to see that movie, and they absolutely loved seeing her on the big screen. So I agree with you. They would respond well to her.
That respond well. Awesome. Well, that is Duties as Assigned. Thank you so much, Toni. And thank you so much for joining us for this edition of The Choice Factor. It was great having you on and talking about all the innovative things that are happening at Discovery Charter School. If you want to learn more information about Discovery Charter School, I'm going to let Toni say it because she's so good at this. You want to visit
www.discoverycharterdurham.org.
You can head over there. You can see some of the music videos online, from my understanding, too, which are really, really cool. You'll see kids from across all grade levels participating in this. And then we also are going to have you visiting the North Carolina Association of Public Charter Schools conference this year, and you'll be joining the Charter Success Partners panel, from my understanding.
I'm very excited about that.
Yes, so you will be able to share additional experience with other school admin, board members, teachers, just any staff members who are attending that conference. You'll be able to answer questions about Discovery, about the school culture, staff and student engagement, branding your school. Toni does a very great job at branding Discovery Charter School. So if you have any questions about that, any of our listeners have any questions, please head over to the conference. It's in Wilmington this year, the 16th, 17th, and 18th, I believe. And Toni will be a part of the panel on the 17th to join us. So thank you, everyone. I'm Sara B. This is The Choice Factor. Please keep improving students' lives, and we will see you next time.